what we put out this week, unless there's anything else to say about that.
No,
what we put out this week was an exciting look behind the scenes at, as you know, a week ago we did a video with Iga, the creator of Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. He's got a new game kickstarted, Bloodstained. Have you heard about the close of the Kickstarter?
Is it over officially?
It closed. It finally ended. 5.7 million.
Oh,
wow. Highest funded video game on Kickstarter.
So it was a failure. Oh, it wasn't a failure.
That is a world record.
Asked for $500,000, got 5.7.
That is fucking awesome.
Now we'll see if we ever see a game.
I think they can come through.
It's gonna walk away with the $5 million.
I think they'll pull through.
I think they got the funds to do it.
People. A lot of people are. There are people who are really excited about the other Kickstarter going on right now. The ukulele one, the Banjo-Kazooie follow-up thing.
Oh, okay.
There are a lot of people really excited about that, and it's nowhere near the amount that Bloodstained got. And I keep reading online these people going, "How could it have that much more than ukulele?" I feel like there is not nearly the fucking demand for that as there is a new Castlevania style game from the guy who created it.
Just that sentence, knowing nothing about the game themselves. Why is Bloodstained getting way more money than ukulele?
Yeah, no shit. Even if you know nothing about
nothing else is like, it's pretty clear.
But I know so many
call
people.
It Banjo-Kazooie 3?
No, it's being made by the original team, but they're not with
Not
Rare
under
anymore.
Rare.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same kind of deal. But I know so many people in the past year that have played through Symphony of the Night again. Mm-hmm. And so, to me, it's like, that's not even, there's no contest.
Yeah.
What are the? They must have met every stretch goal and then had to make some new ones up.
Ukulele too. Honestly, this is just Derek Acosta's opinion. I can't speak for the rest of the group here.
Sure.
That looks like a game that I would have really enjoyed when I was 10 years old.
Completely agree.
And by 15, I was over that kind of game.
Those 3D platformers have a special time in my life. I played on 64. I did play Banjo-Kazooie. Thought it was okay. 3D Mario was, there was a whole era full of those. And I enjoyed those. And by when I got to high school, done. I was done.
I grew up when stuff like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon and stuff like those 3D platformers and Mario 64.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the first genre of games that I outgrew. So I'm really surprised that there is so much rabid support for ukulele.
Yeah. So what I will say, though, is, I still overall am maybe over that, but I will say there aren't really any games like that being made right now. So I do think there is a certain special place, in terms of just no big publishers making that. So I still think there's a place for the Kickstarter, and I'm glad they're doing it. But I do think there's a level, people try to talk to me about it like it's the new Star Wars, and I'm like, no, I'm not that interested. I'll check it out when it comes out. But I largely agree.
Well, now you're addicted. Just one puff.
Just one puff will get you.
I only got 2 left.
Damn, dude. I've been trying to cut back.
Well, this guy didn't eat anything today, so candy cigarettes are cheaper than food.
That's a good point. It's a really good point.
Yeah.
Ukulele. It's a big week for video games. E3 is coming up.
Well, real quick about the video. We want to say real quick.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes video we put out. Behind the scenes of a video we filmed with Iga. You got to see some footage of us working with it. There's some footage in the video of the moment he started his Kickstarter, which I have to say that was really exciting to be there when that was happening because
$5 million were raised.
we were filming with it. We were filming with him the day before, and it was fun, but it was really up in the air as to are people going to care? I mean, they knew there was interest, but did anybody care? And we were talking with his translator that was with him,
Ben.
Yeah, Ben Judd was with him, and they just kind of talked about it just doesn't seem like any publisher or whatever wants to put a game like this out. And I just hope it does well because I just feel like so many people want to play this.
Yeah.
And there really was an element of I hope this works, and to be there the next morning when you see it in the video, him hovering over the button to start the Kickstarter, 3, 2, 1, and then they had a 404 error, but they did it again. And then they did it again, and it went up. And immediately they met their goal in like 2 hours. That was really special. And it was seriously, it was such a day of you saw this guy who was kind of just quietly, Iga was just kind of quietly there all weekend, to see suddenly the whole world turn eyes on him and just praise him like that was really like neat to see. You know, it was like to see someone undergo all that. And when we were done, I think I said this before, but when we were done, he hugged me and Derek. Like, like he was really like overwhelmed by the whole thing.
Yeah.
He had a success on his hands.
Yeah.
With crowdfunding.
His translator was like, I've never seen him hug anybody.
That's got to be the first. That's got to be a scary thing to actually go through with. Like, okay, I've set out this plan that I'm going to crowdfund something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look dumb if it doesn't fucking fund.
Yeah.
And to have it happen in 2 hours, you reach your goal.
Yeah.
It's got to be such a relief of how many months did he plan this? How much effort went into creating even the idea of let's try to crowdfund this game.
Yeah.
I read an article this week, and I wish I had reviewed it before the podcast started so I could be more up to date on the details. But the basis of the article was basically now the government is stepping in on Kickstarters that don't fulfill their goals if they're like super big, because there have been a couple instances where people raised a significant amount of money and then completely just vanished.
And then
And
pay taxes.
Yeah, and so the government is saying like, no, you can't do that. And I can't remember the case of this article, but whoever it was basically, you know, they got like a couple $100,000 and then used that money to move themselves to San Francisco and pay like personal bills and try to get their business up and running, and it never happened, let alone the product never came out.
That's kind of fraud.
Yeah, so the government's like, okay, well, you need to pay like 90% of that money back, and you are no longer allowed to crowdsource anything ever again.
God.
Restrictions on crowdsourcing.
Yeah, so in a way, it's kind of like
I don't
man,
like
it sucks that so many of these shysters fucked up crowdfunding to the point where now there's
the
like
government stepping in.
Yeah, stepping in
It's
to
like, I don't
regulate
want... that sounds scary to
yeah.
say the government stepping in.
But at the same time,
But-
it is kind of like, well, I guess this means, you know, you can contribute to Kickstarters now with a little bit more faith, knowing they can't just up
Sure.
and
There's
run
give and
away.
take.
That's
Give and
always
take, for
been
sure.
my hesitation with participating in crowdfunding.
Sure.
I've never done it because the fundamental trust isn't there for me yet.
Yeah.
I've done a few, but they were just hey, pay this amount and we're going to make it for you and you'll get that. Like direct. I funded a wallet company.
you have your wallet.
But what if they didn't get the things made and then skip town?
Oh sure, yeah, definitely.
that
There's-
could
there
happen.
You know
is
what?
that risk. but
That's
it
what
was-
happened when I donated to Haiti.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
just-
a whole other thing.
This
yeah.
article,
The
this
Red
other
Cross.
article is coming out.
I saw that.
about how the Red Cross took that money and basically didn't
Did they
do
build
anything
what?
with it.
4 houses?
6 houses.
6 houses?
Yeah,
They
this
got like millions and millions.
They
of
said
millions of
that
dollars.
they promised this
Cool
neighborhood that they were
guys.
going to redevelop the whole neighborhood and then release this pamphlet being like, yeah, so the project is a success and we're pulling out. And NPR took that pamphlet to the actual neighborhood, and everybody there was like almost like broken down to tears. Like, what?
I bet Wyclef Jean's
Like
pissed.
they're not coming. So, anyways, Kickstarter's much like the Red Cross.
Did you ever hear about what was it? What was the
went
big
dark.
thing in the '80s with all the artists singing?
Live Aid.
Live Aid.
Yeah.
Wasn't
We Are
it?
the World?
We Are the World.
Yeah.
All right.
We Are the World. I have that vinyl.
If you ever read up on the We Are the World thing and all the money they were raising, it's hilarious that zero of it went to where it was supposed to,
Oh,
because
my
they
God.
tried to get it into the country and they faced problems getting in, so they went, fuck it. Go read about that. You will have a great
Yeah,
time
that-
reading about
that sounds like a good
It's the
read.
saddest thing you've ever read.
When too many people get involved in something, it just seems to inevitably get doomed. At least to a certain percentage.
Well, it just seems like whenever there's this mentality of, no, we're just going to raise a bunch of money right now and then we'll figure out the rest later. It's like, that never works out.
Exactly. And so the Kickstarters that I funded had a direct plan for, hey, here's a breakdown of what your wallet will cost to make.
Yeah.
So for this,
that
you will get a
one was
wallet.
cool that you got.
Yeah, and so it was all the proof that I needed, that I felt safe with right there. It wasn't asking for $1,000 or anything.
I think
so I did that.
There hasn't been the thing for me that has made me sign up, build an account, and break that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was that for a lot of people. It was that for Bloodstained.
For Bloodstained.
So so now that they've met all these goals, it is coming to every platform. I mean, down to Vita, Wii U, it's PS4, obviously, Xbox One, and all that.
Well, they surpassed their goal by 10 times the amount they were asking.
Yeah, so that was an inevitability.
I mean, they added a whole nother zero to the end of their budget.
That's awesome.
So anyway, so that was really, really cool. But anyway, so you could see some of that footage in the behind the scenes video we put up. You'll also see, people are asking me for this, at the end of the video, the haunted footage that we talked about last week.
Eric, do you have the video for the haunting stuff?
I don't.
Oh, come
That's
on.
literally all I have.
That's supposed to say, "Is it haunted?"
Is it haunted? Sean,
Sean,
see that? Just, is it
Make it
haunted?
say, "Is it haunted?"
I made it.
You had the assets
I
from
made
last
the
week.
last time.
Replace all those pictures with people dressed up as ghosts.
Yeah.
Can you update the "Is it haunted"?
haven't even made it.
Well,
Got a lot of
get
work
to
ahead of
it.
you.
Well, put the
Last week
why you
I
sitting
made.
here?
Last week I made. Is it spooky? That's what you told me to
You
make.
shouldn't have used that.
That's
what you
I
told
wouldn't
me
have
to
done
say.
This
that.
is different. This
Oh,
is haunted.
poor choice of words.
Yeah,
there.
is it haunted? And people dressed up as ghosts should be the pictures.
Anyway, so yeah, watch that haunted footage.
Bullshyster.
By the way, the
Yeah.
the editing style of that I used of the haunted footage is there's been a YouTube channel I've been obsessed with lately. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll link to it or I'll show it. I'll favorite some of the videos on our
Isn't
YouTube
it like
channel.
elves and leprechauns?
There's a YouTube channel. I think it's called Amazing Mystery Videos.
It's
or
not
something
Space
like
Booten?
that.
something
It's
like
not
that.
Space Booten?
No, it's not
No.
Space fucking Bowden. But anyway, it's a YouTube channel that is just someone posting videos like leprechaun caught on tape, unicorn caught on tape, and it's all this misspelled papyrus font text. Unicorns, do you believe? Watch this footage, and then you watch it. Now watch it again. And then it'll play again. Tell me your opinion. Subscribe and come back. Da, 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 da.
Subscribe.
And so anyway, so I was a little tribute to that
There-
style.
He showed
of
me.
editing.
He showed me that before I watched the video.
Yeah.
But the one you showed me was like of a. Oh no, it was of a goblin.
Goblin caught on
A
tape.
goblin.
Hobgoblin.
But it was the footage of the goblin, which obviously whatever. Then slow
Well, wait,
motion.
obviously, whatever.
It's
What
a
was
little.
it?
It's a little thing, a puppet, like a puppet on a string, and then the kids run by and they pull the thing and it flies away.
The video I saw was one frame every 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
And it was probably filmed off of a first generation Nokia camera phone. Like
Oh, okay.
I can't even understand or wrap my brain around how you could get
The file.
footage this
Yeah.
low quality.
Yeah.
And
How do
it
you
was
get it onto your
it
computer?
was it was somebody filming a tree late at night. Like I said, one frame
Yeah.
every 2 seconds. So it's like
Yeah, you can't see shit.
and then like a little goblin comes stepping out from behind the tree.
It works. The suspense. I'm
But then
scared.
he goes back behind the tree, and it's like, make up your own mind of what that was. What seeing is believing.
Give me your opinion. Subscribe and come back.
one-
Subscribe.
The one that the Rocco showed me was that goblin thing, then slow mo of that, then zoomed up slow mo of that, and then says, "Now let's watch that again." And it was the same three things again.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just replayed
all
the
over
video.
again.
I've watched videos like this, but they're all about like pyramids and ancient
Yeah.
aliens and the
Nice.
Anunnaki coming down.
David
Well,
Icke.
well,
Yeah.
watch the channel. It is
Reptilians.
someone in the chat confirmed. Amazing mystery videos. Look up that channel. And one of the videos we were talking about a minute ago was called "Gnomes Do You Believe?"
Gnomes, do you believe?
So look that up,
Yeah,
and you'll
great.
see those.